It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots, and it's Bogut in at the center position.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And, you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft, allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year, Andrew Wiggins.
That's good. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Curry kicks to Green. The shot. That one wide left.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Veen passes to Freak, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Curry. Shot is off, and Minnesota will come the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
There's no doubt about that, fellas. I mean, the more finishes like that he gets, the more his confidence will grow.
And the wide open shot from Green. Minnesota with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, a moment ago, Steve Kerr and I were able to chat. He singled out KG as a player they would like to contain. He said that it goes beyond what KG can contribute in the stat sheet, explaining when Garnett gets going with his intensity, that just feeds into the rest of the team and it becomes a vicious cycle. Keeping Kevin from igniting his team is something they'd like to avoid here.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
Here's Harlan. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. #1, Steph Curry.
And no doubt he finished the season right where he should have on that list. He was far and away the best free throw shooter in the league.
Minnesota making some changes. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Towns. And Gorgui Dieng subbed in for Kevin Garnett. And then for Golden State, Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Jang, a screen. Here's Levine. He had 10 points in the win against Charlotte.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates. That's one he knows he should have drained.
The Warriors trailing. Thompson outside, out to the right wing. It's Curry with the drive. They now take the lead. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
There's 1:54 left to play in the first. And stolen by Pekovic. Freak with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Pekovic with a screen on Curry. From 11 feet away, and Deng gets it to go. Jang's got his second bucket of the game to go.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
All right, target setter, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. They need to work the ball inside. That was what he communicated to them, saying, quote, down low, I know we'll have the space we need to operate as long as we have good out-to-in passing. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Minnesota leading by 4. Levine dishes to Freak. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. He kicks it to Levine. And another three for Minnesota. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that. Could you?
Yeah, right,
No.
right. He probably just thrown on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. And we've seen some big scoring numbers of late from Freak. We heard from perimeter defensive ace Andre Iguodala about how, not to disagree, but don't you have to let that affect your game a little bit, Greg? I mean, don't you have to plan for those shots? Approach so far that we've seen for the Timberwolves.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala, the three. Look at that jam! Beautiful.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Dishes it to Iguodala. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And the shot is good. 9 points for Steph Curry. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that when they just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads. Just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
Thompson misses. Well, there was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player we showed last year. He belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game, and sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. But he's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Timeout.
We're playing too much on the perimeter. Let's look to dump the ball inside.
Where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage. 7th in points off turnovers. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunity.
Wiggins kicks to Freak. Back to Wiggins. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Wiggins has got the lead up to 11 now for the Timberwolves. It's Iguodala with the drive. That's tipped.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them.
On the wing, it's Iguodala. Again, Iguodala missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And a wide open look for Freak. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
They double-team Curry. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Wiggins passes to Rubio. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Thompson. Freak with it. No good.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Over in the corner, Green. It's Varejao, high post. It's Curry with the drive. The basket drops and gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Warriors trail by 14. They double-team Curry. Iguodala, that's a two-pointer, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Iguodala's got 4 this quarter.
You know, I think, Kevin, they took a bit of a chance there going to the double team, and that left another guy open out there.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Garnett wide open. The whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That's his first foul.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Warriors trail by 17.
Timeout. Timeout.
All right, target center coming out of the court.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stephen Curry. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
Thank you, Doris.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous speed.
And that's the beauty of the game right there. I hope we get the opportunity to see a few more of those.
And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.